evening. Good to have you with us in the weekend edition of the Urban Debate. We continue with our relentless coverage on India's vaccination fraud, which has now gone from one city and a few hundred people to over 3 cities with thousands of people who may have been duped, cheated and scammed. Money taken with no clarity on what was given to them, vaccine or not. In Mumbai, the spotlight is on the accused hospital in Kandivali, where not only is its action related to those vaccine camps under the scanner, but several other malpractices seem to be now emerging. Meanwhile, in Thane, exactly a month after the drive was held, finally an FIR has been registered. Let's also tell you that Kolkata, the investigation has opened a Pandora's box, revealing how this mastermind not only hashed a fake drive, but duped several others as an impersonator, a scam that had gone on in various forms for a long time. There's also a political fight that has now exploded there, with the BJP putting out pictures of the scam accused with the TMC leaders. But before we get into any conversation, I want to get you actual fact-based reports of what's happened in the two big cities, Mumbai and Kolkata, in regards to the investigation of these scams. Let me go across to Dwaipan Ghosh, assistant editor with TOI, joining us first, and then we will also go across to Mayuresh, who's been tracking this story for us here in Mumbai. Dwaipan, first to you. The first day when we spoke, and you mentioned that, at that point, it looked like 500 people had been duped, but the possibility is that there may have been many more with multiple camps. Now, after a couple of more days of investigation, what do we know about the scale of this fraud? Dwaipan, I think you're on mute. You'll have to unmute yourself.
As of now, I think the Kolkata police has arrived at a figure of around 650. But again, it's an official figure. They are still saying that the count is on. And by any estimate, it should come to around 1,000 by the time this investigation is over. As of now, we also know that this scamster, Devanjan Dev, has been operating for the past 4 years in a brazen manner that's almost unmatchable in recent memory. He has gone on to use holograms. He has gone on to use fake pads. He has gone on to use even fake signatures of top KMC officials. And then he had actually contacted the KMC contractors and had actually offered them several lucrative contracts, saying that if they invest with him, these contracts can be theirs. As of now, Kolkata police has registered 7 FIRs against him, 4 of which are at the Kosba police station, 2 of which are at Newmarket police station, and 1 of which is at Amar Street police station.
Dwaipan, does it seem like this man, Devanjan, was actually, pretending and impersonating to be an official for a really long time? There are pictures now that have emerged of him with various leaders as well. Even when he approached the TMC MP, he said, I am an IS officer. So has he managed to create this image even within the powerful political circles that he's genuinely some kind of a government officer?
It seems so, that he has pulled out the entire act brilliantly. In fact, people who know him, people who have been his friends, tell us that for the past 4 years, he has only perfected this art. For the past 2 years at least, he has been moving around in a blue Bacon car, and with all his guards around him, and he behaved and acted as a top IS officer. The photos that are emerging, it appears that he has been visiting any major social program that he could lay his hands on, and clicking those photographs with the politicians. Some of them, he claims he knows well. Some that he says he clicked because he wanted those photographs to be used further for his own motives. So it does seem that there was a lot of planning that he had done before he actually began these fake vaccination drives.
Indeed, and we await what more details emerge from this investigation. Dwaipan Ghosh, thank you so much for joining us. I want to now take it across from Kolkata to Mumbai, where Mayuresh has been tracking this story for us. Mayuresh, this today seems to be a big turning point. A day after the arrest of those hospital owners, now more beneficiaries came out today, and you spoke to them who are also concerned about the vaccine that they got at the hospital itself. Now, take us through what you found today about Shivam Hospital.
Absolutely, Tanvi. When we reached at Shivam Hospital, we found this lady, 54-year-old lady, who basically had come there, and she had come with a letter. It was a handwritten letter which she showed us. We asked her that what exactly is the issue. She said, on 3rd of April, I got first jab at the Shivam Hospital because Shivam Hospital, if you remember, had got the permission to run the private COVID vaccination center from the BMC. She said that time they just took my details, but they didn't give me any certificate. And even I forgot the certificate. I asked to forget the certificate that time. But when I got to know about this news and the Shivam's role in this fake vaccination, I approached them yesterday. And yesterday they gave me this handwritten letter saying that you can show this letter at any vaccination center, you will get your second jab. But she had gone to 2 to 3 vaccination centers near her house, and they didn't give her a second jab. So certainly she was very much angry, and she had come there to ask the question, but no one replied to her. They just said that this letter is enough. But right now, that 54-year-old lady is a bit confused whether when she paid some 260 or 300 rupees for the first jab, whether she got the authentic vaccine or not, and if that was not the authentic vaccine, then what was injected in her body.
Yes, and imagine the plight of such people who are now wondering, who didn't bother or realize so far that there could be something wrong. We don't know if there was something wrong. It was genuinely a glitch. All of that will now have to be investigated. A private hospital that for a month was officially giving out vaccines in its own hospital. Now people are saying they, many of them either didn't get the certificate or got it before time, and are unsure about their second dose. Huge issues that have been raised here. Mayuresh, thanks so much for joining us. Let me take it across to the panelists who are joining us this evening. The question is very simple now, viewers. Instances in 2 different parts of the country show you one thing. The states have to be super alert, have to be on their toes. If private hospitals have been included, if private personnel have been included, if they are charging money for vaccines, there clearly is a scope for a vaccine fraud. And that is what we need to now stop. Hundreds of people have already been duped. Mahesh Tapase of the NCP joins me this evening, Charu Pragya of the BJP, Professor Om Prakash Mishra of the TMC. And Mahesh, I want to come to you first. This is extremely concerning, which is why we've been insisting on, moving quickly on this investigation and putting all our focus on it. People now don't know. They don't have certificates, even though they got a vaccine from this hospital.
Good evening, Tanvi, and all viewers. I think it's a very serious issue. Earlier, the fraud happened in Mumbai, now in Calcutta. And I also read that TMC MP also has been injected with the fake vaccine. So imagine if a member of parliament can be duped in a fake vaccine, what would happen to a normal citizen who does not have any connections? So this is the scale of things. Scamsters have been making hay and taking full advantage of the pandemic, and this is really sad that the state of affairs. Let me assure you that after this vaccination fraud has come to light, I personally have spoken to the Maharashtra Health Minister, Mr. Rajesh Tope, and he was deeply concerned, equally concerned, and across the government, he did make a point about the entire episode within the Maharashtra cabinet meeting. And instructions have been given to the Mumbai police to probe this thing. I think 10 FIRs have been filed. The Shivam Hospital, the doctor couple has been taken into custody. Luckily, we have not seen any side effects in the 2,000 patients who have been inoculated with this fake vaccination. That's a good sign. But nevertheless, 2,000 people have been duped, and they still don't know. I mean, in time to come, what may be the side effects. Maharashtra Mumbai police is taking good efforts to see that things are not such kind of things will not be repeated. They have taken with statements of witnesses. They have called people who have organized the events, and something like this has happened, and people. I mean, this is one of the reasons why when we were speaking to the central government before this entire private paid vaccination policy came up, we insisted that it has to be free. The central government has to, kind of bear the entire expenditure so that people are not duped. Because wherever there is a chance to monetize anything, scammers would come in the picture. This was, and I think no government can deny that this could have been a possibility. So rather than blaming anybody, I would still want to say that this is a very unfortunate incident, and
But
all of us have to take care that
Mahesh,
these
it's
things
what
are
is very concerning for me, and is that we still don't know. Can we officially tell these many, hundreds of people that you didn't get any vaccine, and can we resolve this, in the system and tell them to go ahead and get their first vaccine shot? If not, those people are going to be waiting and wondering whether they do have a layer of protection or not.
No. Now it is evident that the vaccinations have been fake. Mumbai police is definitely coming out with a report, and this report will be tabled. People will be called. There, people have been asked. The court has asked the health department to monitor the health of the people who have been inoculated with this fake vaccination. And in time to come, I'm sure there will a policy to revaccinate them to protect them against the pandemic will be there. But at the moment, we have to say, we have to still wait and see and monitor their health parameters. I think that is of utmost importance as of now.
Yes, Charu Pragya wants to come in. Charu.
Tanvi, I've been listening to the statements from both the leaders from both the states, and frankly, I find it very convenient that they pretend to know nothing, because it's one thing to know nothing and it's another to encourage it. How is it possible that several FIRs have been filed in Mumbai itself and no action has been taken? What's the reason? Is this not important enough for you? Is your police lax in investigating it for some reason? As in, what's the reason, and how can you so just conveniently brush it off and say that, oh, we don't know what is happening? And this is not just Mumbai. We have seen what's happened in Kolkata. A person goes around impersonating a senior officer. He mingles with senior leaders from the TMC, and TMC doesn't have to say anything except, oh, we don't know. Another fact to note is all the vaccines are given to the state by the center, right? So how are your vaccines going missing? You're not making sure to ensure every single vial which comes to you, every single precious vial, I might add, is accounted for and looked after. And not just these two states, Tanvi, actually the way vaccine wastage and frauds have been carried out in so many states is appalling, to say the least, because in Rajasthan, we saw vaccine wastage at a crazy level. Lakhs of vaccines were found wasted, thrown in rubbish bins, even buried. In Punjab, the government itself is selling vaccines, so getting it for free from the central government and then selling it to private hospitals for a price. Is this how you do welfare work?
Okay.
You are going to have to do sins in this life itself, and you're allowing this to go on right under your noses, and on national television, you very conveniently shrug off responsibility. That's not how it works.
Mr. Tapase, yes.
Can I come in also?
I do not know what,
Yes, Miss, I'm coming to you
no,
in just a bit,
wonder
Mr. Mishra. Let NCP just respond to what BJP has raised.
No. Why Charuji is making me responsible as if I'm not aware of the situation? She already knows that FIRs have been filed by the Mumbai police. Investigation is on the way, and we have to wait what is the outcome of the investigation. I mean, people have been booked, witnesses' statement have been recorded. So how can you say that the Mumbai police is not doing the job? And time and again, BJP is keen to malign the image of the Mumbai police, and this is not the first time it has happened. All the BJP spokespersons and the leaders have been trying to say that the Mumbai police is of no good use. So
Okay,
this is not the case.
But let me
Charuji.
just point out, let me just point out a few things that still need to be found. key accused in Mumbai. The key accused, the so-called mastermind, this man who was, claiming to be a doctor running some kind of coaching institute, the man who claimed to be the PRO of the Kokilaben hospital and made people believe that he was officially, working with this hospital and could give them vaccines. Both of these people are still on the run. We still don't, Serum Institute apparently says that these vials were meant for Daman, but they turned up in Mumbai. We don't know how. We don't know what vials were given to Shivam. What were the checks and balances done before Shivam Hospital was allowed to carry out vaccination programs in the month of April? If the hospital itself doesn't have an occupancy certificate, then it's very concerning. What are the approval checks that we are doing before private hospitals are brought into this? Yes, more and more hospitals should be part of the vaccination program, but it can't be at the risk of people's lives. Now, in the other case, at least we do know who the key mastermind is, and it seems he also knows a lot of TMC leaders. Mr. Om Prakash Mishra, this man has been working as an impersonator, allegedly carrying out series of frauds, pretending to be a Babu for a long time, and we've not realized. He's been clicked with leaders, and he's held multiple camps and duped hundreds of people.
Tanvi, you have answered your question when you have used terms such as allegedly, pretended. The man is behind bars. The most shameful development in Mumbai, whether in Mumbai or in Kolkata, or you have in Uttarakhand, where lakhs of people actually were tested for COVID, and all the test was fake. So all this is very serious, and we are fighting a biggest challenge, most gravest threat to our public health in this country. And so therefore, every effort needs to be made so that such occurrences do not become the blot that they have. So far as the Kolkata situation is concerned, it is the Trinamool Congress member of parliament who actually suspected that there is something fake, and he was the one who raised the alarm, and the man is behind the he man is in the prison now. Secondly, I would like to point out, I spoke to Sri Firhad Hakim and the Deputy Atin Ghosh, who are in charge of Kolkata Municipal Corporation. In fact, all this has happened only because we have tended to privatize vaccination policy to a certain extent, and that actually is a sin. We have people here in our country, the fake doctors, fake lawyers, and then also leaders with fake academic credentials. This should not be allowed. In Bengal, in Kolkata, we have taken charge. This is each and every person who has been administered this so-called dose. They are under watch, and we are monitoring the health. Committees have been set up, 7 FIRs have been launched, and greater vigilance is the call of the day, and that is what is going to happen here in Kolkata, because we have very able administration, and it is a shameful.
How can you say you have a very able administration, Professor Mishra, when the administration was not able to detect that this man went around holding camp after camp after camp in the name of being a joint municipal commissioner, in the name of the Kolkata Municipal Corporation? He managed to reach MPs, convince MPs he's a legitimate guy, and duped hundreds of people. And the municipal corporation and the government and the police and the leaders didn't realize this.
I have no doubt that there has been laxity. And then I was trying to only point out that what are the fundamental...
Charu, I'm coming to you, 1 minute.
One thing, just let me complete it. So there are aspects which has come, and this is very murky, and this should not have happened. And so far as this particular incident, we are going to put this behind us very soon.
Okay, Charu Pragya wanted to make a point.
Well, it's like I said in the first.
I will hope that Uttarakhand fake COVID test also is included in the discussion here.
No, that discussion has already happened when that scam broke out for day after day after day, Professor Mishra. So
I'm just
don't
giving
try
you
and
an
make
example.
this about an opposition
I'm
governed state
giving you an
versus a
example.
BJP governed state. Please, let's not play politics over lives of people. Yes.
Mimi Chakrabarti is endorsing these camps. She's attending the camps. Mamta Didi claims she knows nothing. I have a simple question to ask. Is TMC hand in glove with this vaccine fraud? Otherwise, you're not running behind the culprit to catch him, not making any efforts. Your MPs are cutting ribbons, in fact. So, what is the common public supposed to think? And you claim yourself to be administrators? I am sorry. Kindly do not.
Our honorable prime
Administration.
minister is actually consulting with Sri Nirav Modi, right? So therefore, don't bring in the question of the pictures and the photographs. We do know how many people who actually have played with thousands of crores of Indian money, they have all been hosted. So therefore, you want to play politics, I will bring in the Prime Minister himself, who was actually very goody-goody with Mr. Nirav Modi.
No,
and
no, no,
Mr. Nirav
please.
Modi played.
One minute. That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with the topic in hand. That has nothing to do with the topic at hand. 1 minute, please. Allow me to speak. And I also want to clarify. Mimi Chakrabarti was invited to be in this camp by this fraudster, this imposter, who told her that I am a government official, and we are organizing this camp, and it would be great if you can come, take a jab in front of people to encourage more people to come and get jabbed. That's how smartly he planned it. And that's how brazen he was. He didn't even think twice. He didn't even hesitate that he may get caught if he starts calling in high-profile people. That is a problem. He clearly thought that he could get away with it. It's only because Mimi Chakrabarti herself got the jab, and when the certificate didn't land, she raised an alarm and called for an investigation. This is what every single citizen must do. If you are told to not take a picture during your vaccination shot, if you're told there is no need to get registered on CoWIN app, if you're told that the certificate will come to you later, it's all right. These are all red flags that you need to keep in mind. Very quickly, I want to ask Charu Pragya if she has a response to what Mahesh Tapase raised earlier. Charu, the allegation by NCP is, and many others have raised it, that when you bring in private hospitals, when you allow them to charge for medicines, you are creating a scope for a scam. If the vaccines were free, nobody would seek to dupe people because there would be no chance to earn money. Your response to that?
And first of all, a lot of Indians, those who can afford to pay for the vaccines, choose to pay for the vaccines because we are still a developing nation. We are becoming a welfare state, but let's take responsibility and look after ourselves as much as possible without burdening our government. That being said, the scams that are happening are not happening from private hospitals, The scams that are happening right under the noses of government officers. These officers are getting endorsed by senior politicians. These officers who are the one in Bengal is not even an officer. He's pretending to be one. And I'm appalled at the way the TMC supporter is speaking on your show. He's actually insulting Indian administration because he sides with the fraud. He chooses to side with the fraud. So, sir, congratulations. Aapki nayi sarkar ka naya fraud aapko mubarak ho. You've started with the bank. Well done.
I said it's very simple, and the way you are speaking and trying to defend this type of an action in your administration, that is very simple. I pointed out that just because someone has been photographed, that does not mean anything. That way, our Prime Minister's photograph is with Nirav Modi, and he was addressing him as
that point is made. That point is made, Om Prakash Mishra. I give you that point. I give you that point. I'm completely out of time. I'm going to thank our panelists. The point that Om Prakash Mishra is making, just because they are captured, photographed with some big leader, doesn't mean that those leaders necessarily endorse this person, necessarily are linked to this person, or even know what he is up to. But somewhere a red flag should have gone up. A man who's managed to commit all kinds of frauds, They found multiple fake IDs on him, all kinds of designations and IDs that he had created, different kind of schemes that he's allegedly been running after he tried for UPSC, failed, convinced his family he was actually an IAS officer, and seems to have been carrying out that scam and polishing it, refining it with every passing year. You heard what Dwaipan was telling us at the beginning. This is the level of sophistication and expertise when it comes to imposters and scamsters in our country, which is why the state governments have to be on their toes. The local bodies have to be on their toes. While we scale up our vaccination and include more hospitals, public and private, there will always be people who will try to game the system, irrespective of the fact that it is at the risk of people's lives. We cannot afford to allow that to happen, and which is why these two investigations are very crucial. Thank you for joining us.